Deuteronomy chapter 16. Observe the month of Abib and celebrate the Passover in honor of the Lord your God, since it was in this month that the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night. On the Passover, you shall sacrifice oxen and sheep to the Lord your God, in the place he will choose as a dwelling place for his name. You shall not eat it with leavened bread, but for 7 days you shall eat it with unleavened bread, the bread of affliction, because it is in haste that you left Egypt, so that you shall remember all the days of your life, the day on which you left Egypt. For 7 days no leaven shall be seen throughout your territory, nor shall any of the meat you sacrifice on the evening of the first day be left for the following day. You may not offer the Passover sacrifice in any of the towns which the Lord your God is giving you, but only in the place that will be chosen by the Lord your God as a dwelling place for his name. Sacrifice the Passover in the evening at sunset, at the time you left Egypt. You shall boil it and eat it in the place that will be chosen by the Lord your God. And in the morning you shall return to your tents. You shall eat unleavened bread for 6 days, and on the 7th you shall celebrate a sacred assembly in honor of the Lord your God, and you shall not do any work. You shall count 7 weeks, beginning from the day you start putting the sickle to standing corn. Then you shall celebrate the Feast of Weeks for the Lord your God, making a voluntary offering from your harvest in proportion to the way the Lord your God has blessed you. At the place that will be chosen by the Lord your God as a dwelling place for his name, you shall rejoice in the presence of the Lord your God, you, your son and your daughter, your servant, the Levite who lives in your towns, the resident alien, the orphan and the widow who live among you. Keep in mind that you were a slave in Egypt, and observe and put into practice these statutes. Celebrate too the Feast of the Tabernacles for 7 days, after gathering the produce of your threshing floor and of your winepress. Rejoice during this feast, you and your son and your daughter, your male and female slave, the Levite, the resident alien, the orphan and the widow who live in your towns. You shall celebrate the feast for 7 days in honor of the Lord your God, in the place that will be chosen by him, because the Lord will bless you in all your produce and in all the work of your hands, so that you may always rejoice. 3 times a year all your men shall present themselves before the Lord your God in the place that will be chosen by him, on the feast of unleavened bread, on the feast of weeks, and on the feast of tabernacles. You shall not present yourselves empty-handed. Each one will bring his gifts in proportion to what he has, according to the blessing that the Lord your God has bestowed upon you. Appoint judges and officers for your tribes in every town which the Lord gives you, that they may judge the people in all fairness. You shall not bend the law or show partiality. You shall not accept bribes, because bribes blind the eyes of the wise and subvert the cause of the righteous. Justice alone is what you must seek if you want to live and inherit the land which the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not erect a sacred pole of any wood near the altar of the Lord your God, which you will construct. And you shall not set up any sacred pillar. The Lord your God detests that.